I came from Sicily in 1955, married my husband 1956. 57, I have my son. In 1961, we opened a small place and we've been working since then.
We have 4 different kinds of pizza. We have our regular crust, which is our traditional crust. We also added on a deep dish. We added on a Chicago-style deep dish where the sauce, everything's inverted. Everything's on the bottom and the sauce is on the top. And we also have our thin and crispy.
It's the best on the south side.
They'll never leave here hungry. That's our #1 rule. They'll never leave hungry. They'll expect quality. They'll expect hot food, and they'll expect excellent service. I feel that I fulfilled my mother and father's legacy, and I hope that my sons, who are also in the business, fulfill the legacy that I have.
So Susan, you've been going to Palermo's for years. Tell us what makes it stand out.
You know, there's so many different things. First of all, I think the food quality is great. The pizza, to me, is unbelievable. It gives any other pizza place in Chicago a run for its money. And I really like the atmosphere. It's kind of down to earth. You can be coming from a wedding or prom, or you can be coming from a Little League game and feel comfortable in that restaurant. So no matter how you're dressed, and I think that that's part of the charm.
Now, Chicago is known for loving their pizza, so that's a pretty serious claim to say it's the best. What makes it the best?
Well, I think especially the thin crust. I think there's just so many different layers, and the sauces, I can't even describe the sauce. It's kind of a little bit of a sweet sauce, but you can actually see the different layers of your topping choices, and you can actually taste all the layers, and that little crunch to the very crisp edges of the pizza. There's like not a better taste, and even the way that they serve it piping hot. It's always that way.
Little details.
Exactly.
Well, Pip, you've actually been to Palermo, Sicily.
Yes.
How was your experience at Palermo's on 95th?
Well, I went to Palermo's on 95th, and as I was sitting there, and I'm looking at the wall, and on the wall there's a mural of Palermo, and it's really pretty. And I'm talking to my partner Steve, and I'm like, oh, that just takes me back when I was on the seaside in Sicily and cart food and all kinds of things. So I decided, oh yeah, I've got very nostalgic, romantic, and I decided, oh, I'm going to have seafood. You know, because that's what I'm going to order fish, because that reminds me of my time in Palermo. And I actually ordered the lake perch, because even though they don't have perch in Sicily, but I ordered the fish, you know. So I ordered, and actually I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. It just did not suit me. However, I will say this. I asked my server for suggestions, and she did not suggest the lake perch, but I went on my own and got that. And I wish I had actually taken her suggestion or ordered the pizza, which I know that they're known for, which I didn't.
So you didn't get a chance to try that?
I didn't, not at all.
We'll have to go out later
That's a
on.
shame.
And
But
actually,
I like this restaurant.
Yeah, I mean, the thin crust is spectacular.
I love thin
I mean,
crust.
I'm a fan of thin crust as much as, thick crust, the deep dish pizza is Chicago's
They do all
signature.
three, though.
They do.
Yeah.
They do.
But thin crust, I mean, you see it, you're like, what's that?
What do you like to get on your pizza?
Oh, I'd have everything, but the person I was with wanted pepperoni. But it was great.
They do their ingredients, seems like, under a blanket of cheese, which is
Ooh, I like
Chicago
that.
style.
Yeah, yeah. Which you can see the things poking out is, because
Yeah.
I have like onion and green pepper and sausage. That's what we had that time. And what I really like about it is that it gives you like a real nice balance of every flavor, and especially the cheese. I love cheese.
Oh, the sauce was very fresh.
Yeah, and I think that there's more to Palermo's than the pizza. And I'm sorry you had a bad experience with the fish, and I'm not a real big fish eater, so I would never have ordered that. However, the penne portobello is like awesome, with just fresh noodles and lots of portobello mushrooms, if you're a fan of portobello mushrooms like I am, and a very light sauce, garlicky. But really,
That's
I know.
good.
Did anybody start with an appetizer?
The stuffed banana peppers.
We had
Those
the
were
antipasto.
spectacular.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
What's it
very-
stuffed with?
Stuffed with meat and
Italian.
veggies.
Like a sausage, Italian sausage.
Yeah, it was
Italian
so
sausage.
Did you have the
great.
banana pepper?
I didn't, but we had the antipasta, which was very, very nice.
What was on your antipasta?
It was fairly standard with some salami, some other kinds of Italian meats and cheeses. There was olive oil. There was nice crusty bread.
They actually bake their bread there, which
Do
is
they?
yeah,
It tastes. You can
It was
taste
very
it.
good. It was very
very
fresh.
crusty and chewy.
Very.
Very Italian. I don't know how else to put it, but like the
Great with-
end is the best.
Yeah. See, you would be fighting for the end, right?
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
You know what I
awesome.
tell you?
Yeah.
The the martinis. Did anyone have martinis?
No.
No, sorry.
They have like 20, 25 different martinis that you can choose from. Martini, which is Italian, thank you very much. I am to say that was
Really?
wonderful.
How many did you have?
I had 2.
Okay.
I had 2. I tried the Tony Parmas and I tried the Citrus Cosmo, which was really, really nice as well.
Let's talk about the most important subject, dessert.
Dessert for us, it was tiramisu that night and creme brulee, which you really can ruin both of those. And I don't think they do. I think that they have both of those down pat.
Did you ever get the Nina's cake?
I did. As a matter of fact, I'm embarrassed to say this, but I'm going to tell you. I tried it that night for the first time, but off of somebody's plate at another table. I just said, "Oh, what is that?" And they go, "You want to try it?" And I said, "Sure." Wow. I mean, I've never done that before, and just tried their, and it was great.
But this is that kind of place, though. I
Yeah,
mean, even as I was
yeah.
leaving the restaurant, and I thought, I should have ordered the pizza, because I looked on someone's table and I saw the pizza. I'm like, oh my goodness, that looks so good.
should
And one was
ask
like,
for a
it
piece.
is. It's good.
Tell us about Anthony, the owner.
He's just a funny guy. He just, I mean, he's like so down to earth. It's like he'll come up if you have an empty chair, and actually, I think he plays the audience right, meaning that if he really sees that you don't want to be bothered with one of his jokes, which I can never repeat on TV.
He does
for the
different
most part.
accents.
He does. He's a down.
he's a
He
free
has
shot.
a down.
Buddy, my friend, how are you tonight?
Perfect.
You are perfect.
For you.
I don't have.
I didn't meet the owner, but our server was so wonderful. I would come back
Really?
to see her.
We know.
Yeah, they're very nice.
That's
though.
nice. That's
Did,
nice to hear.
did your server strike you as somebody that's been there for like
Oh
years
yeah,
and then
it was very
takes
much sort
ownership
of
of the
family
restaurant?
run kind of. I felt like I was invited into someone's home and they were preparing a meal for me.
So Susan, you picked Palermo's. Give us a summary.
One of my very favorite restaurants. Great atmosphere. Anyone is welcome to come in there, and no matter how they're dressed, and food is excellent.
All right, Pip.
Have a martini and stick with the pizza.
All right, Netta.
I say definitely go with an appetite because you're going to have enough to take home no matter how much you eat.
All right. Well, you can try the pizza and penne portobello at Palermo's, 4849 West 95th Street in Oak Lawn. 708-425-6262. Open for lunch and dinner every day except Tuesday. Reservations are accepted, and the average tab per person without drinks is $25.